if he doesn't get shot, you know, he advances. If he does get shot, and so be it. Watch, he's gonna have to turn now. Unless he's just trying to block me. Yep, so he turns there. See, get my shot of opportunity, kill him. If you're going to churn, like, he should have churned here, where I couldn't have shot him, and then just gone here one. That would have been a free churn, basically. When you're playing Genestealers, you got to think ahead. Because it's a numbers game, you have the numbers, but again, I have the bolters. On the ranged game, the Space Marine has the advantage. On the hand-to-hand combat game, the Genestealer has the advantage. Unless you're Space Wolves. And that's completely different. We're not Space Wolves, we're Blood Angels. And I'm not actually a Blood Angel, I'm a Lamenter. They don't have Lamenters available, so I'm going to have to use a Blood Angel. Yeah, now, you know, full control, if you guys end up watching this, if you could add Lamenters in just for me, I'd love you for it. And if it's more like, no, we need something that we can, you know, something that's more a little bit marketable, that, you know, more than just me, then, you know, hey, Black Templar. I would be fine with some Black Templars. I wouldn't complain about Black Templar. They're a pretty popular chapter. But yeah, if you would, man, I'm all about some Lamenters. It fits my playstyle. And you're like, well, you know, it doesn't look like you're doing too unlucky. And I'm like, yeah, this... No, you don't understand. I'm so aggressive. This shouldn't have worked. It shouldn't have worked, man. It should have ended back when I messed up with him, but, you know, the flame guy. But, you know, hey, that's how the Lamenters die, man. They just go for broke. Don't care about luck. Caution to the wind. We're Lamenters, and we're gonna get it done for the Emperor. So yeah, totally. Full control, please. Lamenters, I'd appreciate it. Thanks. You know, honest to God, if they actually did that, I would just die of shock, hands down. Just be like, oh my God, they put Lamenters in. I don't, because like I said, I mean, it's pretty much a dead chapter. You know, if you follow the Warhammer 40k lore, which I do, the Lamenters are essentially all but wiped out, and any chapter that has fewer than 300 members is a dead chapter. You know, and the Lamenters are quite possibly a dead chapter. You know, there's like some contact that's been lost with them, and so there's a big question mark. Nobody knows. But in my opinion, Lamenters are out there, and as of right now, they're inside of a Space Hulk, taking on Genestealers. And that's just how I feel about it. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is, even though I can only go up a space, you see how, like, look, if I shot here, it's only going to do that little quarter there. If I shoot here, it's just going to block off. If I shoot here, I get too deep. And so I want the most range. And they're dead. And so I'm going to go ahead and just walk him up to there. So I've got this set up really nice. And then we're going to move... I'm going to move him here. I don't need to put him on Overwatch or anything because... you know, the flame's blocking at number 1. Number 2, he's got a guy in front of him. Number 3, you know, the guy's not going to go nowhere. So he doesn't need to be on Defend or Overwatch or anything like that. Nothing fancy. Alright, so we're going to come up here to here. And I'm going to put him on Overwatch. It'll be interesting to see if enough people watch this and start taking up some of my tactics.
Let them come.
That would be kind of flattering. But yeah, I guarantee you, go buy Space Hulk, get on. You're not going to see this. Not unless you do it. And I'm telling you, straight up, everybody takes the flamer down this corridor here. And they keep the flamer in the rear to protect them. And they're just trying to fight their way up front. But I mean, look at just how much better this is. You know what I mean? It's very relaxed. Like, even if he puts guys in this corridor to come up the rear, why would you? I mean, I've pretty much just taken that section of the ship out of the game. And so he's got here and here. Look at my distance that I've got. This open range to shoot down. That pretty much takes out these sections of the ship. Why would you want to go there? So you're left to try to come out of one little portal here and try to make everything happen, and I've got here clogged up with my flame unit. What are you going to do? And like I said, I mean, I've played countless hours of Space Hulk in real life, on the board. And this is so true to the board game. It's one of the reasons why, I just absolutely love it and am just thankful of Full Control, because they stuck true to the source material. You don't see developers that take this kind of attention of detail to something like a board game. You don't. I mean, just look at these models. And then Gene Stealers, I like the bone white, and so that's why they're bone white. That was a part of my pre-order bonus. I also have a pre-order banner, but I don't use it because it wasn't that important to me, and I wanted my Lemanners to lay it down. I don't know, I might be using my pre-order poll. I'll have to look. I don't think I am though. I might be. I'll check on the next screen. So yeah, we're just waiting to see what he is wanting to do here. And I am ready. I'm ready to go. Yeah, if you haven't got Space Hulk by now, go ahead and get it. If it's just the price, put it on your wish list, wait for it on sale then. But I mean, if you're, a Games Workshop tabletop person, there's no reason why you shouldn't already own this. And also, if you're a Games Workshop tabletop person, same price as the Dreadnought. Come on now. That's one model. Come on. Get on board with this. You go to the Games Workshop store. Yeah, I mean, an army's a couple $100. Like I said, this board game, $100. If you want to play it in real life. And, I do play Games Workshop in real life, at least I used to. I say used to because there's nobody that plays it in my area. So I literally have no way to play it at the moment until Full Control said, hey, we made Space Hulk. And I was like, yes. Honest to God, Games Workshop's been coming more and more into digital media. I would love to see them bring tabletop Warhammer 40K in, so we could play online, because there's no oceans on the internet. The guy next door doesn't have to go out and buy the army to play with you, Which I've got enough armies that I could just invite the guy next door over and let him pick one. But I'm also kind of reclusive. I don't really like dealing with people in person, face to face. You know, just a bit of a hermit in that regards. Would rather just kind of, hey, I'll leave you alone, you leave me alone. Let me just go online for my my interaction with people. More than happy to interact with people online. Alright, we generated 4 CP, that's awesome. So, let's count it out. We got one, let's see, you know what, hold on a second here. Don't have to count it out just yet. Flame. Okay, so we're gonna flame those guys. Alright. And that row is taken up. So we're gonna move him like this. I'm gonna churn him. And then I'm gonna shoot up the corridor. I'm gonna go ahead and block 3 spaces in case he decides to kamikaze run at me, because, you know, I just don't want that happening. Okay, now this guy here, we're gonna take 1 step and put him on Overwatch. We're gonna take 1 step, put on Overwatch.
Enemy contact.
Step backwards. Overwatch.
Scanning for enemy movement.
And then we're going to Overwatch him as well. Alright. In the churn. See, this guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not enough to make there. This guy here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, not enough. Not enough to get there. He's dependent on these 2 guys here, which I've blocked off their area. All I gotta do is walk up, open the door, and shoot into the room. And not only does it kill the guys in the room there, but it also wins me the game. So here you have it. Just a clinic on a different perspective of looking at the game and pulling out a really nice win. And it makes it so much easier. Yeah, when you do it this way, instead of the Space Marine being pressured to get to this room, you're pressuring the Gene Stealer to try to figure out. It's like you're turning the tables. Because, like, if you play the way everyone else does, you're playing into the Gene Stealer's hands, you're playing into the Gene Stealer's strength, you've got to get in close. You know, you're playing their game at that point. If you're playing it this way that I'm playing it, then you're making the Gene Stealers play to your strengths. And they're going to have a lot. It's going to be a difficult time for them, as you tell. I mean, you've seen how fast I've taken my turns. And I'm really making the other guy have to think. And I kind of feel bad for him. Poor guy. But hey, you know, I play this way because I know I can. Done it a lot. I think what I may do is just kind of do this one for now, and then come back to it when I've got someone that wants to come over and double mic play a game with me. I think it'll be a little bit more entertaining that way. It'll definitely be a little bit more fun too. But yeah, I'll hit some people up. I'll see if I can't get something going for here in a bit. Yeah, see, it's like the Germans shooting on the beaches of Normandy in a way. Yeah, he's feeling frustrated.